Hello and welcome to Committee and Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, April 9th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther football 2021. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers host the Medfield Warriors on Senior Night. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, Holliston bounced back in a big way with a win over Ashland. What do you expect to see from the Panthers against the Warriors tonight?
Well, it's interesting. You know, they came back when they played Ashland. They went almost 80 or 85% with the run, and they had a tremendous running game, gaining over 300 yards. I think you're probably going to see a little bit more of that tonight. Of course, we saw on senior night Kevin Belowitz, the starting senior quarterback, has been injured, so he's out for the season. So what happened last week, T.J. Kelly came in and when they ran the spread offense, and Ryan Stanwood when they ran the, of course, the war offense. And I think you're going to see a lot more of the war offense tonight. The other thing I think you're going to see, Tom, is you had mentioned this to me earlier, that there's some big playmakers, at least one of them over there on that Medfield sideline. So we'll see if Holliston can contain them defensively.
Teams are ready for the opening kick. Holliston will be kicking to Medfield. Holliston comes into this game with a record of 2-1. They've averaged 26 points a game, giving up just 15. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 18th season with the Panthers. Last week he had a milestone, 150 wins against just 46 losses. Medfield comes into this game with a record of 1-2. They've averaged 22 points a game on offense, giving up 28 on the defense. Their head coach is Eric Armberg. In his 10th season with the Warriors, his record is 48-54. Panther historian Ken Dunn tells us this is the 69th meeting between these two teams, which started all the way back in 1924.
Yep.
Holliston leading the series, 47 wins, 19 losses, and 2 ties.
And the weather tonight, in one word, magnificent. It is just really a beautiful, beautiful night out there. There's no wind. It's just dry. It's great. It's nothing better than good old April football.
Number 23, Nick Cotting, getting ready to kick off.
Cotting's got a big leg. I've seen and watched him all the games now, and he really, really can kick the ball well.
Back deep for the Warriors, but there's a squib kick. It's going to be taken by number 5, Winston Destin, and he's pushed out of bounds just short of the 30-yard line. That's where the Warriors will start 1st and 10.
Forced out there a little bit by Teddy Radcliffe, senior captain. Nice job tonight, by the way, Tom, on all those seniors, the senior cheerleaders and the senior football players. And, boy, it's just great to add some normalcy back to this football season.
Medfield lost a heartbreaker last week in Hopkinton, a real close one, 42-36, as Hopkinton scored with just 7 seconds to go in the game. Medfield's offense led by number 12, senior captain Ryan Murray. He's thrown for 378 yards and 5 touchdowns. And he goes to pass right on 1st down and connects with number 2. That's Captain Ben Leonard. He had a catch for an 80-yard touchdown last week against Hopkinton.
Nice, easy pass route to start the game with, and looks good. He threw a really nice ball there.
His big target is number 3, James Wilder, the senior, 6'2". He's got 5 touchdowns on the season. 1st and 10 for Medfield. And they go up top. Murray with a long toss, incomplete. Intended for number 13, Cole Clooney.
Daniel Nash running a nice defensive route there.
This Medfield offense is averaging 219 yards a game. Ryan on 2nd and 10. with Destin behind him. Pass incomplete. Intended for Leonard. That'll bring up third down.
Chased out of bounds by Crystal Ponte. He has a little show. Murray showed a little speed there coming out, but I thought he was going to turn the corner and pick up a few yards, but he didn't. Stuck with the pass route, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
He's rushed the ball 17 times this season. Not afraid to tuck it and take the ball upfield.
And he looks good size, so he has a little power.
6'3", 230 pounds.
Yeah. Let's see how aggressive Holliston gets now. See if they come after him with a blitz. They like to blitz in these 3rd and long situations.
Murray fires complete to number 27. That's Nick Crofts.
Joey Gentile on the tackle, the sophomore.
Nick Crofts comes into this game with 5 catches for 50 yards. And another first down for Medfield.
Well, they're coming out passing. Looks like they may have thought they found something in the Holliston defense that they can pass the ball a little bit more than run it.
Murray back to throw.
Oh, great catch.
Incomplete. Saying it hit the carpet.
Oh, wow. Well, from here it looked pretty good, Tom. But he stretched out and he had got both hands on the ball. He must have, when he came down, he must have hit the ball, must have hit the turf.
2nd down and 10. We're just underway here in the first quarter, no score. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. High snap. Murray fires. Intended for Leonard, incomplete.
Yeah, Gentile was in there again to break it up. Again, I thought Murray had a really big opening here. I thought he'd look downfield. He could have picked up close to, if not maybe a first down, just running the ball, but he was able to, stick to the play there and get the ball downfield. And once again, a big 3rd and 10 for both teams here.
Murray's got 2 receivers to stack to both sides of the formation. Murray incomplete. Christian Schneelock in coverage. They'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it must have been looks like a little mix up on that play as Murray looked to go down. He was looking for a certain spot on the field. And number 2, Ben Leonard, the other captain.
Here's one of your favorite plays, Jay. The quarterback is also the punter, so dangerous situation for a trick play. They split Wilder out to the left. Murray's punt is up. Comes down at the 25. Takes a midfield bounce and is gathered up at the 20-yard line.
Well, Tim Elwood put on some pressure there onto Murray, and Murray had no choice but to punt that one, because if he didn't, he went to pass that one, Timmy would have been able to sack him. So nice job by the Holliston defense. They give up a couple first downs. 10:26 left to go in the first quarter, and the offense takes the field.
Well, Bob the Greek checked in. He was looking into his crystal ball, and he saw the War offense rolling to a 34-6 win over the Warriors. Tristan Benson with a big night, and Christian Schneelock to break a long one, says the Greek.
Well, the Greek would have been right if he'd said that in the Ashline game, because Christian Schneelock did break a long one in that game.
Panthers come out in their spread offense. T.J. Kiley at the quarterback spot. Handoff to Benson.
Teddy Ratcliffe.
Radcliffe on the reverse.
Wow.
Radcliffe all the way out to the 44-yard line.
You know, Teddy Radcliffe, obviously a great receiver. He's made some really good catches, but he's a great receiver. But you can also throw him back there with, of course, with Tristan Benson and Schneelock, and you've got a lot of good running backs.
A little bit of trickery on the first play. Teddy Radcliffe with 13 rushes for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into this game. Kiley fires to Benson, but he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a short loss on the play.
Yeah, that was a little tough. Tristan had to go down a little bit to catch that ball and allowed the 2 defenders to come up and pick him up.
2nd down and 11 for the Panthers. Panthers last week rushed for over 300 yards as they beat the Ashland Clockers 27-0. Kiley again to Benson. Benson bounces it outside. Gets caught by Murray. Picks up 2 yards.
Well, from what I can see right now, Tom, they are absolutely keying on Tristan Benson, and probably rightfully so, but that's how that first play worked so well. That whole defense shifted with the fake to Benson and allowed Teddy Radcliffe to get outside. And the last 2 times, they're putting everybody in on Tristan.
3rd down and 9. Kiley rolls right. Ball's knocked down, incomplete. And I'll bring up 4th down for the Panthers. Well, last year when these two teams met twice last year, once in the playoffs, Holliston winning both contests, and those 2 games they rushed for 569 yards. So Medfield got a good look at Holliston's rushing offense.
But the other thing is this time they're rushing out of the spread. Normally they get a lot of their rushing yardages out of the war offense.
Number 23, Nick Cutting, back to punt. Line drive punt. Taken at the 30, and Holliston with Danny Nash and Kevin Lyons make the tackle.
Well, the other one you got to give a lot of credit to right there is old number 9, Timmy Alwood. 8:40 left to go in the first quarter here. It's no score. Both teams have hit the ball 1 time. Both have driven for at least 1 or 2 first downs, and now it's back in Medfield's hands. It'd be interesting to see now how Medfield does this, because they did a pretty good job throwing the ball, and like I said, a couple times when the passes were incomplete, a couple of those times quarterback Murray could have run for quite a bit of yardage.
1st and 10 for Medfield. Murray looking to pass. Chased by Del Ponte and pushed out of bounds.
Well, Chris Del Ponte, that's his 2nd big play tonight. He made a nice play on the kickoff, and then he made this one. You know, it's interesting trying to watch some of these D-backs, and of course, I always end up looking at Schneelock, and he gets. I love the way he's playing this year more than ever. I think he's playing, right on the defender, and he's on the receiver, and he just doesn't let them get away with anything. Now he's kind of back here in a back position.
2nd down and 12 for Medfield. Medfield fires at Murray again. Short gain. Tackle by Danny Nash. Rest of that starting defense, number 55, Zach Athy. Number 6, Adresa Smith. Number 11, Schneelock. Number 2, Ryan Stanwood. Number 3, Teddy Radcliffe. Number 17, Joey Gentile. Number 4, Kevin Lyons. Number 10, Chris Del Ponte. Number 9, Tim Elward.
And once again, here's a chance for Holliston to get aggressive. Let's see if they blitz.
Murray to throw. Fires incomplete up high. Again, Danny Nash in coverage. That'll bring up another 4th down.
Well, Danny Nash in coverage, but the other thing that happened there was they're getting some really good pressure up front without blitzing, without just rushing those 4 guys up front. And they're starting to put some pressure on Murray, and that allows that defensive backfield to stay back there with an extra man or two.
That's Athey and Baddock up front along with Aylward. Back to receive the punt for Holliston, Christian Schneelock, number 11, and Teddy Radcliffe, number 3. Murray's punt going to be taken on a bounce by Schneelock. He heads towards the Panther bench. He's got some green as he crosses midfield at full speed.
What a great
Gets
block.
some breaks a tackle at the 30, and he's down all the way to the 20-yard line.
Someone came out here. I didn't catch the number. It might have been Tim Alvin. What a great block, and what a smart run by Christian Schneelock as he got to the outside. And he just turned it on. He just beat everybody to the outside.
That was a 60-yard return and for Schneelock.
Well, that's the damage he can do. You know, everybody knows he's a great coverage man.
They're bringing it back.
Oh,
I guess they got a flag at the 50-yard line. So hold on to your horses, as they say.
Personal foul against Holliston. But they still get first down.
So that'll bring it all the way back to the 35-yard line. 7:23 to go in this first quarter. No score. Holliston right out from the sideline. Looks like they're going to set up in the war offense right now. They got Radcliffe on the left, Benson on the right. Pitch to Radcliffe. He's caught right away. Short gain.
Now, they kind of got this offense from Medfield. I think Medfield used to run this years and years ago. I noticed in the Ashland game, they started running it, and they were even calling it the war offense, too. They ran almost, it's very similar to what Holliston did. Ashland seemed to throw out of it a little bit more than Holliston likes to.
Second down and 9 for the Panthers. This time to Benson. Oh, the ball's on the ground, and it is loose.
Medfield
recovered by Medfield. Number 83, that's Matt McTavish. And Medfield's in great position inside the Holliston 35.
Well, the first turnover of the game goes to Medfield with 6:45 left to go in the first quarter here.
To your point, Jay, about keying on Benson, it looked like it might have been a misdirection play that Benson was trying to get a handle on to hand off again.
Well, it might have been, and if they are, the way they were keying on him before, that's when you can do a lot of fun stuff like reverses and that type of thing. When a defense overreacts, you want to let them keep overreacting.
Murray under pressure. Aylward misses him. Throw
intercepted
by Adrisa Smith, the senior. What a catch. Looked like Murray was just trying to get rid of that ball at the last second to avoid a sack, and Smith reached out to make the catch.
Well, Holliston giveth, and then Holliston taketh away, and with 6:34 left to go in the first quarter, they get the ball right back.
Did you tell me that Adrisa Smith played soccer this fall for the Panthers?
I think he did, yeah. So, you know, Tom, all these years we've been doing these games, it's a situation like this where you give the ball up and then you get it right back. When they get it right back, for some reason, Holliston really seems to respond to these situations.
Schneelock on one wing. Benson on the other. Pitch to Benson. He is brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
He is so fun to watch. I mean, you watch Tristan Benson, and he gets caught even a little bit behind the line, and you look at him, you say, well, he's good side, okay, but he's a powerful runner. I mean, he can really break a lot of tackles.
Ball's on the ground again.
Yeah.
Stanwood recovers, or whether it was a quarterback keeper, he's forward for 2 yards.
So third and a long 7.
7, yeah.
And this place on the field here, if they probably can pick up 4 or 5 yards, Coach Kiley will probably go for it. But they got to make the third down a little shorter than this.
Kiley and the quarterback, spread formation. Kiley rolls right, fires, and out of bounds. Schneelock reached for the catch, but was just ran out of real estate.
Well, that was really good coverage by Medfield. Medfield came up, and I think I didn't quite see it here, but he got there just in time. Whether he slapped the ball or not, I don't know, but that was really, really nicely covered by the Medfield defensive backfield. So fourth down here, Holliston will be punting. Nick Cotting back to punt.
Back to receive the punt, number 3, Wilder. It's going to be short. Taken on a hop by Cooney. And a late hit by Holliston.
Boy, that's going to be tough because that was a really smart play by that Medfield receiver to take the ball. Was it Cooney?
Clooney.
To take the ball and get it downfield that far. And now he's going to have, it looks like, maybe another 15 added on to it. That's going to put Medfield in really good position if that call was against Holliston, which the way the chain gang is moving, it looks like it might have been.
How many times do we spot a foul or know exactly what happened on the play? Not very often.
Nope. Oh, that's why we're up here, and they don't give us striped shirts. Personal foul against Holliston.
So Medfield will take over at the 22 with 5:08 to go in the first quarter.
Well, you keep giving them smaller and smaller fields. I mean, shorter fields, pretty soon they're going to score. Putting a lot of pressure on this defense.
Murray to throw. Off the hands of the Medfield receiver, incomplete.
There were 3 Holliston defenders over there, and it looked like, I didn't see which number it was, but one of them, and it might have been Nash, looked like he was right there when the ball popped up. I thought it was going to go. It just didn't go quite that far. Second down, they're in 4-down territory here, so the number down shouldn't be an issue.
Three receivers to Murray's left.
Got him.
Holliston with the pressure. Number 4, Kevin Lyons got in there.
And Thomas, those front 4 or 5, they're putting all that pressure on, and again, that's giving the defensive backs a lot of time. I don't, other than the quarterback, had they run the ball?
They have not run the ball
They've passed
once.
it every time, right?
No.
Which is interesting. But that front 4 there, or 5, throwing the middle linebacker, they're really getting at them all by themselves, and that's good news for the Holliston defense.
Murray to fire, goes deep, looking for Wilder. Double coverage back there for the Panthers, and it's incomplete. Bringing up 4th down and long. That'll be 4th and 17 for Medfield.
You know, that was incomplete, but what a nice pass Murray throws. That was a long way, and he threw that, 3/4 of the way across the field, as well as throwing it, some 35 or 40 yards.
Well, that's Mr. Touchdown for him. 3 touchdown passes, Murray to Wilder this year. And they've all been long ones.
It's a big down for Holliston. If Holliston can stop him here and get that ball back, that's going to be big, big plus for them.
Murray drops back, takes it on the draw. Looking downfield, fires. And open, caught. Inside the 5-yard line.
That was a great, great play by Murray. He came down. Now, that time, again, he could have run, but he saw his receiver way downfield. And his receiver, because he was running across the field like that, it gave his receiver time to come across the field and be almost uncovered.
Looks like the teams are taking a water break. That's a new new thing, COVID thing that we've got happening every quarter. Referees look for a spot and call a timeout for a water break for the teams.
So Medfield comes back on the field.
1st and goal from the 1. Holliston with its back to the wall right now. Power formation. Murray goes forward, and he's in for the score. Medfield's on the board first.
Irony of ironies. They go 4 minutes without running the ball. Then he runs the ball in for a touchdown.
Well, credit that big offensive line that he's got. Number 54, David Hill. Number 55, Captain Ricky Matthews. Number 58, Jackson Foscato. Number 61, Eddie Viles. Number 77, Jared Hirschfeld. Number 83, Matt McTavish. They had a push there on the Panthers.
They really did. And the Panthers have been playing really well up front, too.
Kick is up.
Oh, the flag here. Let's see what this is.
And good. Let's see what the call is. Procedure against Holliston declined, and it is good. So with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, Holliston trails 7-0 against Medfield as the Warriors won the turnover battle between the two teams.
Yeah. Well, they did, and they're winning the penalty battle, too. And that's the battle. Sometimes it's just as bad, if not worse, than turnovers because you get those big penalties at the wrong time. It changes field position so much that it changes everything for these teams. But with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, there's obviously plenty of time.
That touchdown was Ryan Murray's first rushing touchdown of the season.
I don't know why he doesn't run more. I mean, I'll tell you, he's big, he's strong. He, looks like he could really do some damage out there. But again, if you have that kind of supreme confidence in your ability to throw the ball and throw the ball well, which he's done so far tonight, you kind of can't blame him for throwing instead of running.
Well, the running, as you pointed out, the running threat is what caused that great pass down to the 1 yard line. Patience. Back for the Panthers. Benson and Schneelock.
Boy, one of those two get the ball. It's going to be fun.
Cross with the kick,
Sure.
A little pooch punt, taken at the 35. Holliston all the way out to the almost the 45-yard line where they'll start in pretty good field position.
That's Teddy Ratcliffe. That's another guy. You want to pooch punt. That's pooch the kickoff. That's okay. But boy, you give it to him. He's a little dangerous too out there. So let's see how Holliston, what they do here. They're going to stay in the spread, go back to looks like they're going back to the Royal offense. get Zach Yathey back in the offensive backfield now.
Stanwood under center. Benson on the straight handoff, races to the corner, pushed by Murray, but he's into Medfield territory,
now,
all the way to the 48.
One of the things they did in Ashland, that's when they started putting Zach Yathey back in that backfield, and of course they gave him the ball for a touchdown, which I thought was really awesome. But you put him in there. Now you've got a fast kid who's a really good blocker. He just gave that a block there for Tristan Benson to be able to get a few extra yards.
This time the jet play to Schneelock. He's got the first down and more. Sheds a tackler. He's all the way down to the midfield 30.
Well, you say jet and you say Schneelock. You're saying the same thing because he's so fast. He gets outside. He's a lot of trouble for a defense. .335 left to go in the first quarter. Holliston
so
on the
25
move.
yards on 2 plays for the Panther offense. Benson, fake to him, up the middle. Stanwood on the turnaround.
And that's what you saw, Tom. What happened is that whole left side of the whole right side of the defense went after Benson. And that just opened up from the left. So on the left side of the right side of the Holliston offense, he just had to push a little bit, and that opened it up for Stanwood to make a nice run.
2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Turnaround by Stanwood to the other side. He's going to be close to a first down. Looks like they're marking it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it's a mix-up here with the running backs.
So 3rd down and 1. Clock stopped with 2:29 to go in the first quarter. Medfield leads Holliston 7-0. Stanwood takes it right ahead for the first down.
So this is a matter, Tom, of which Coach Kiley talks to us about all the time is take what that defense gives you. And if they're going to overplay the ball to your running backs and they're going to let your quarterback keep getting yardage, then you're going to keep going there.
First down at the 30. Handoff to Benson. Trying to find the corner, steps inside. Slides down inside the 10-yard line. Another Panther first down.
He's so good, so smooth, and he follows his blockers really nicely. There, you could see that whole play just develop in front of you, as you're watching him run.
Yeah. Kevin Lyons, Timothy Aylward, number 72, Brendan Ibbotson, Zach Yathey, Patrick Griffin, center Pierce Alachi. Turnaround by Stanwood. He's forward.
Oh.
He got hit at the line of scrimmage, but really drove forward. So 2nd down and goal for Holliston.
Yeah, you read that offensive line, those
Robert
names.
Payne, number 70. Jack Littlejohn, number 57. All right, 2nd and goal from the 5. At the offset to the right, and we got a timeout. Medfield.
Holliston keeps moving to 2nd down and goal at the 5-yard line.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 5. Stanwood over center. Radcliffe in motion. But Benson is in for a touchdown from 5 yards out. The Panthers are on the board.
Watching him and watching his mannerisms as he came off the field when they stopped him a couple times, like I said earlier, I just had a feeling that he was going to start exploding because, you could tell They're not stopping him enough to really frustrate him at this point. I don't think that would be the right word, but they just kind of aggravated him a little bit. And he said, the heck with this. I'm going to take this over. But, you got those two great running backs on
Cotting's kick is no good.
7-6, Medfield. You got those two the great running backs on the outside, and then you got Athy on the inside who can run with power, and of course, and then Stanwood himself who can turn and pick up a bunch of yards, and Teddy Ratcliffe. You got a lot of ways to go there in that War offense.
So 4th touchdown of the season for Tristan Benson and the 38th of his Panther career, and history moment from Ken Dunn as Tristan Benson breaks the tie. He was tied for 4th most touchdowns in Panther history.
Wow.
He was tied with Jake Frechette and Dan Barone with 37, and now he's in 3rd place all by himself behind Nick Athy with 39 touchdowns.
And it's Gary.
Fourth. He's in 4th place all by himself behind Nick Athy with 39, Gary Alger with 40, and number 1 with 49 touchdowns, Zach Elkinson.
Oh, boy. You're talking some real heady stuff there.
We have been so fortunate to see many of those players. Cotting's kick right up the middle. Unfortunately, to get down that low, you got to take a knee to get it. And the Warriors will start on the 30-yard line.
After all these years and all these great, great teams that Holliston has had in the last 15 or 20 years, and all those names you said, there's old Gary Alger still up there, isn't he?
I mean, that's amazing. He holds the record for most rushing touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
And all of Tristan Benson's touchdowns are rushing touchdowns. But I believe the goal is to get into the end zone any which way you can, and nobody did that more than Zach Elkinson.
Well, he had that tremendous Super Bowl game with the 5 touchdowns, and I don't even know. That still might be a record for the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Well, it was a record in my book.
It's a record for anyone with a Z in his name.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. 3 receivers to the left for Murray. Murray looks left, fires, complete. Caught by number 3, Wilder. That was his shortest catch of the season. I mentioned that he had 5 catches for 244 yards, which is a 49-yard average. I mean, that's just amazing.
That is incredible, just incredible.
Second down and 4. Handoff to Destin, and he is pushed back by the Panthers.
Well,
their second running play got stopped there for a gain of 1.
That might be why they don't run, but I'll tell you, the Holliston defense held a meeting there.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Medfield leads Holliston 7-6.
Second and short from Medfield.
Third and short,
my place.
Third and short, tight formation. Murray back to pass. Incomplete. Was looking for a Medfield receiver along the Medfield sideline.
Now this is an interesting call. If this was Holliston, Holliston would be going for it on a 4th down. Let's see what Medfield does. Medfield's 1-2. They got a shot at beating Holliston, and do you go for it here, or do you just punt the ball away and let your defense get back on the field?
It's still early on with the lead, so the book says punt it away. Back to receive the punt is Christian Schneelock.
Nope.
And they go for the fake. Number 3, James Wilder tiptoes out of bounds just across midfield. So the fake worked as they snapped it to one of the upbacks.
Yeah, you should have been a little bit, like I was saying, it's a tough decision whether you're going to go for it or not. They should be a little bit more alert to the fact that they might be going. I'm sure the coaching staff told the kids that.
Oh, coach tells you to watch out for everything.
Yep. The Holliston coaching staff's been together for a long time, and they are really good under Coach Kiley.
First and 10 from the Panther 48 is Medfield. Murray to throw. Fires to the right, complete to Leonard. He gets some yardage up the right side before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yes.
Another first down.
And speaking of the coaching staff, I saw Coach Perry look there. There was movement before that ball got snapped, and didn't get called. And Coach Perry didn't like that too much.
Ball's at the 36-yard line. Three receivers wide in the formation to the left.
Yeah, this is where I think he
now Leonard moves to the slot more.
He might want
Wilder in the middle.
He might want to go deep here.
Murray's going to take it himself to the short side of the field.
There he goes.
Picks up probably 5 yards.
Because I figured this would be the point in the field where he might want to throw a deep ball to Wilder. That's a nice run, though, and that's why I was wondering why he didn't run on a couple of those plays earlier on in the first quarter. Good boy, he's a good all-around athlete.
5 or almost 6. Stacked. 3 receivers stacked to the left side of the formation now. Murray to throw. Fires right away. That looked like it was on the carpet. Incomplete.
Yep. Third down coming up here, and well, the Holliston defense again has the opportunity here. It's a third and kind of long.
I think I call it 6. I thought it was 5, but it's really 6.
If you want to bring some guys, you can in this situation.
Murray to throw, pressure from Holliston, gets away from it, fires on the run, incomplete. Christian Schneelock stepped in front of that one.
11:01 to go in the first half. 7-6, Medfield. And here's another little test for the Medfield offense.
Last time in about this area, Holliston was successful. Two receivers to both sides. Murray back, looks right, fires, complete. Knocked out of bounds.
Well, first down.
Can't see, was that 2 or 3? So a catch by Wilder for a Warrior first down.
It almost looked from here like he was throwing to somebody else shorter, and the ball went over his head, and it hit, and then Wilder was able to catch the ball. But I'm guessing that's not the case because I'm sure Wilder would have been the primary receiver there.
Right. Ball's to the 19. Wilder away from the pressure. Oh, he's going to be chased. Throws it incomplete just in time.
Yeah.
They're going to call that intentional grounding. He was definitely under pressure. Oh, because he didn't get it past the line of scrimmage, I don't think.
There is a flag down on the field.
They're talking about it. Tim Aylward wants a credit for a sack on that. He had a bunch of them last year.
Nothing gets by him. Kevin Lyons, another one out there, getting a lot of those sacks.
So intentional grounding.
So that comes along with a loss of down. I honestly don't think, to Murray's defense, I honestly don't think that he really realized how deep he was, how far back he was, because he put the ball downfield. I mean, he could have easily just thrown it a little bit further. It looked like he probably thought that he was a lot closer to the line of scrimmage.
They marked the ball at the 31. So 3rd and 22. Second and 22.
Here's the blitz.
Murray rolls right. Pressure comes. Caught for a short gain down at the 25. Now there was a loss of down there too. So this will bring up 4th down.
Oh, it is.
Now the line says third down again. So 3rd and 15. We're all getting confused up here. Murray steps back, fires. Intercepted! That number, I can't see it. Number 5, Danny Nash with the catch.
That was
big interception for the Panthers.
That was a matter of really going to the well a little too often. You know, Danny's been doing a nice job back there on coverage, and he was able to, sit back there. He recognized exactly what was going to happen, and what he did is he stepped right there. I mean, he knew exactly where to be, and the ball was thrown right to him. That's a really nice job by a defensive back. That's good coaching right there. That's good coaching.
The Panthers will take over at the 21-yard line. Benson with the ball to the left. He's tackled for a short gain.
I'll tell you, Tom, they continue to, I don't want to say necessarily over pursue, but they are really, really keying on Tristan. Now, he's going to have an opportunity to break out here also, but when you can come back from the other side with a Christian Schneelock or something, sometimes that could open up a big run.
Schneelock on the counter play is out to the 30. A gain of 5. 2nd and 2, or 3rd and 2.
Get that 3rd and short now, and that's where you want to have your quarterback Ryan Stanwood just kind of turn and get that first down.
Stanwood with the turnaround, I think. Yeah, but he did not get the first down.
Now, I guess you would, let's see where it is, a 4th down in
looks
3.
like no gain, yeah.
This is an interesting call with 7:35 left to go in the first half and the clock still running. This is interesting. It looks like they might be going for it.
Kiley's calling in the play. Benson on the right, Schneelock on the left. We got timeout midfield to talk about this one.
Those are the plays of the game that turn into these long gainers, and just flip the momentum and flip the field position, and so we'll see if that happens here.
Coach Kiley puts it down on throws down the gauntlet to his offense. It's been averaging 354 yards a game. To get 3 here for the first down. Pitch to Benson.
There we go.
Left side, and he bounces it outside, and it's a chase. And he runs away from number 25, and it's a touchdown! Panthers!
No flags, and like I told you, there's so many times in these games What happens is with the defensive mentality in a situation like a short down like that, and you know you're going to do it, you're putting everything towards keeping the ball where it is, and you're not really, a lot of times you don't think about playing your position the right way. Ordinarily, that might have been a play where Tristan might have been picked up 5 or 6 yards in the first down. But when you think you're going to get the ball back there, sometimes you overplay that. And what they did there, they overplayed that card. And Holliston came up, and I told you at some point Tristan was going to break one,
and he broke one
right
for
there.
66 yards, a Tristan Benson touchdown.
Of course, saying Tristan Benson's going to break one is like saying the sun's coming up tomorrow. So I guess I'm not really Nostradamus. But 7:06 left to go here in this first half. Holliston leading 12-7, going for 2, I'm guessing.
That's what the rule book says right here. We got another timeout. As Holliston's going to talk about it. So here they line up for war in the 2-point conversion.
He's in.
And Benson with the score. So 2 more points for the Panthers, and it's 14-7 with 7:06 left in the half. Benson with his 5th touchdown of the season, the 39th of his career.
He's
just tied for 3rd with Nick Athey.
He
was Nick Athey down on the field before the game
earlier
for Zach Athey's senior night ceremony.
Well, the senior captain did a good job, and once again, Tom, you mentioned it just a little bit earlier, that offensive line. You know, that offensive line is really doing a nice job, and when they can give him that hole and just hold it for a split second, he's gone. He's gone. There's no one. He reads his blocks well. He has great speed, great explosion, as does again Christian Schneelock. When that offensive line can control the defensive line, those defenses are in trouble. 14-7, Holliston up. 7:06 left to go in the first half. And once again, the rushing yardage just piling up for Holliston.
Wilder and Destin back to receive the kick. Cotting's kick is a line drive, going to be taken by Destin at the 20. Brings it back to the right side of the field, all the way across the 35. And that's where the Warriors will start.
Well, you mentioned earlier in your intro about Medfield is that they can score too. So they have the weapons. They have at least 3 or 4 of those guys out there that we've seen tonight so far with Murray and Destin and Wilder, who can do some damage too. So this game is far from over for Holliston.
No, we're in a great night for football too. It's great to be under the Friday night lights.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just great. It feels like it should be October or September or something, but
just looking down at number 55, Zach Athey.
Yeah.
You know, and I just gave kudos to his brother, Nick Athey, who got a lot of kudos for all those touchdowns. But Zach has touched the ball 3 times. He's rushed 3 times for it and has a touchdown. So that's 33%. None of the Athey brothers scored with that kind of proclivity.
And I will tell you right now, whatever proclivity means, I don't know. But but I will tell you this right now, is that that's something that's going to be discussed next year at the Thanksgiving Day table. You can bet on that. Proclivity notwithstanding. How's that?
So Medfield, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 2 receivers to both sides of Murray set. Pump fake.
Oh,
steps up.
Oh,
tripped up. And who is that in there? Number 53. Baddock. Justin Baddock with the tackle.
Let's give Justin Baddock some credit. Justin Baddock's in there battling away every play, and he's in the middle of that defense there, and he's getting pummeled, by these big guys. They come left, they come right, these big guys. Right. And that's all he does is sit in there and fight. Nicely done.
So loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 or 13. Murray looks right.
Uh-oh.
Now he scrambles.
Yeah, it's coming back.
He's in trouble.
It's coming back anyway. It doesn't matter. This
incomplete.
Yeah.
Coverage by Joey Gentile.
And this is going to be an interesting call here. Let's see what happens here, because this is going to be 3rd and 12, or it's going to be 2nd and.
Well,
are they going to add another
23.
10? So yeah, 3rd and 13, or at this end of the field, this is an interesting call. They're going to take it.
I think you take that.
Yeah.
I'd take the 10 yards.
Yeah.
Murray's got such a big arm.
He does, but the thing is, do you want to give him 2 more chances, or do you want to just? It's an interesting call because if he didn't
Danny
make the first
Nash
down,
says give him another chance.
well, Danny Nash wants. Of course, Danny Nash wants to know. He's going to want to intercept him.
Adresa Smith says give him another chance. I want another interception.
Holliston shows blitz and then backs out of it.
Murray chased out of the pocket, rolls to a little bit to the right, fires. Incomplete. Oh, and there's a flag. So they're going to get 10 back probably.
Yeah, remember, in this level, it's not where the
spot of the foul.
Not the spot of the foul.
So instead of 2nd and 30, it'll be 2nd and 20. That seems like a lot of yardage.
Yeah.
Maybe they give him 15 on that?
No, I think they gave him, looked like 10. 5:47 left to go in the
So we're back to
half.
So 2nd and 15.
Almost where it was before.
Right. Murray with the quick drop. Chased. Circles back. Baddock in coverage. Murray on the scramble. Crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line. Nice tackle there.
Is that Baddock again on that tackle?
No, Baddock went into coverage. I didn't see who made the tackle. So 3rd and 8. Wilder, Leonard, and Crofts come out to the left of the formation, the wide side of the field.
Here they come.
Holliston's linebackers creep up, showing blitz.
If they can come off that side there and contain, they're going to have a sack. Yeah, someone jumped.
A lot of pressure there.
Someone jumped.
And that's going to put us, when they back it up 5 yards, we'll get back to the 3rd and 12 that you decided to take.
Well, we could have had the ball by now if you just listened to me. 4:41 left to go in the half. You know, Tom. The thing is, if you're going to blitz him, what you really have to do is be able to contain him.
Right.
If you can contain him and blitz him, you can get to him. But if you don't contain him, he has the ability to get to the outside, and when he does, he is dangerous because he can either run or pass very well on the run. I really like this kid at quarterback, Murray. He's a good one.
3rd and 13. Short roll right, fires. Looked like he completed it. Was it inbounds? And we have a catch for a first down right at midfield.
See, you absolutely have to contain him. Now, even if
that was number 13.
Even if you're not going to blitz, you've got to start containing on that side. I know it's good. You want to go after him, you want to get him, but you got to keep him in the pocket there. I think from tonight anyway, what we see tonight, he seems much more dangerous on the run than he does sitting back in that pocket.
That was a nice catch by number 13. I think that's Cloney. Coloney. Cole Cloney. Sorry about getting your last name wrong. 1st and 10 right at midfield. 4 minutes to go. Clock running. Hands it off to Destin. He's caught after a 5-yard gain by Radcliffe and Del Ponte.
Well, they haven't run too much. That's only his 2nd or 3rd run tonight. So they're trying to mix it up a little bit.
I think that's his second run. Ryan motions to the trips on his left. Hand off to Destin again.
Wow,
This time
yeah.
he's stopped by Del Ponte. Big tackle by number 10. And dropped him for a loss.
Yeah, that was Del Ponte, and I think Tim Elwood was in there too at the bottom, big number 9. Clock still running, 2:55 left to go in the half. Another third down in about, what, 6?
Yes, 6 yards.
Now, the other thing is, too, being a right-handed quarterback, Murray likes the ball on this hash mark because he can roll to his right and throw there. So you really have to cut off. You cannot let him get outside that tackle box.
And he's got 3 receivers stacked to the short side of the field. Murray, low snap. Goes for the scramble, and he's got some room. Right into the Panther backfield where he's tackled at the 20-yard line. Big gain for Medfield.
Well, that time, to be honest with you, Holliston did a nice job of containing, but the middle of the field opened up. And Murray read it perfectly, was able to run and get a big first down with 2:05 left to go. The clock still running.
They put the ball at the 21. So Medfield comes through in the clutch again on third down. Three Medfield Warriors to the right. Murray looks right.
There you go.
Scrambles
That's
left.
it. That's it.
Aylward's got him
That's
inside the 30. There's a loss of almost 9 yards for the Warriors.
That's it. What happened there is Murray came out. He looked to his right, and that's where he wanted to go. He looked to his right, and Holliston had contained on the right, turned it back in, and Timmy was able to finish him off.
Loss of 10 on the play.
Clock down to 1 minute, 58 seconds left to go, Al.
And the clock's running on the sack. Murray's got 2 and 2. Looks left.
Got him again.
He's got in trouble.
Yep.
And that's number 4, Captain Kevin Lyons with the sack.
I love that. Great story about Kevin Lyons and how he's battled diabetes and how he wants people to know that even if you have this disease, you can play at this level. A great story about him.
We talked to his mom in the parking
Yeah,
lot
we
after
did.
the game.
We did.
She was
so proud
telling
of him.
us about it, all the things he goes through on a daily basis.
20 seconds left to go, and let's see if they're just going to do one last Hail Mary. Now, if they do, you really got to watch out for Wilder in this situation.
I don't know if they have to snap it. 12 seconds, clock running. Murray's going to take it, and he's under a lot of pressure and goes down. Justin Baddock with the tackle.
Boy, Justin Baddock is just playing a great game. And that front seven.
That'll do it for the first half. Holliston 14, Medfield 7. We'll be back in a minute with second half action. All right, the teams are back on the field for the second half. Panthers up 14-7. Halftime stats courtesy of Panther historian Ken Dunn on his birthday. Total yards, Holliston with 160, Medfield with 113. And then Panther rushing leaders, Tristan Benson with 9 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Christian Schneelock, 2 rushes for 23 yards. Teddy Radcliffe with 2 rushes for 25 yards. Ryan Stanwood, 6 rushes for 17 yards. And Tristan Benson moves into third place tie for most touchdowns in his Panther career.
Well, the irony of the information you just gave us is on senior night, it's Ken Dunn's birthday. Talk about
I think
a
they
senior.
call that fate. It's a big night for the Panthers. He's a big Panther fan.
That's right. Well, happy birthday, Ken. Well, we have a game here where it's the classic passing offense against the classic rushing offense. Right now, the rushing offense is ahead by 14-7.
Yeah, Murray's got about 100 yards passing.
Yeah.
And he started it off with a 1-yard rush with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, 7-0 Medfield, but a couple of Tristan Benson touchdowns, one from 5 yards out, and an electrifying run from 66 yards put the Panthers on top at halftime.
So Holliston receiving the ball. And we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams have made at halftime. Holliston is really good at making adjustments at halftime. They've always done a really nice job of that.
Benson and Schneelock back deep for the kick. As number 27, Nick Crofts, gets ready to kick for Medfield. His kick pops up. Benson's going to take it on a bounce at the 18. He bounces it outside, finds a little room outside the side on the left sideline, and brings it all the way up to the 35-yard line for the Panthers.
Well, that's a pick your poison back there. You can get the ball to Benson, or you can get the ball to Schneelock. That's why that one time they kicked it short, and it was Teddy Ratcliffe, and he had
he got it on a fly and on the run. Well, the ball's all the way out to the 38-yard line for the Panthers.
Senior night here in Holliston. The football players and the cheerleaders, seniors, have a big night here tonight. Holliston goes to war offense.
Radcliffe on the right, Schneelock on the left. Pitches to Radcliffe. He's through the line, across the 45 to the 47. Nice little run there.
Nice little run, and he almost held his balance there. And if he was able to, he might have been gone. Very nicely done. Good blocking scheme up front too with that one.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Again to Ratcliffe, left side. Makes his way across midfield, and Holliston with a big push gets him forward to the 45 of Medfield.
And again, you look downfield and look at those numbers, and they have all the big boys down there blocking out in front of Teddy Ratcliffe.
Stanwood pitches it to Schneelock. He works his way through the offense into the backfield.
Bye-bye.
And he is gone. Touchdown, Panthers. 45 yards, Christian Schneelock. 20-7, Holliston.
Tom, those 3 plays were 100% offensive line. That offensive line came out here. I don't know what they saw, what happened, what they did, but they made some kind of adjustment, and they're just opening up mammoth holes. And, of course, when you give these great running backs those kind of holes, it's Katie by the door.
And Schneelock had to sort of pick his way through that minefield. Here's the kick by Cotting.
Wow.
Is strong and good. Nice snap by Stanwood, the hold by Del Ponte, and the Panthers are up 21-7. 10:52 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, a minute 8 seconds into the second half here, and Holliston just rammed the ball right down the Medfield defense. So Medfield get the ball back, and let's see if they can counter. They certainly have, as I said earlier, they have the capability to score because they have the skill positions there. But Holliston at the end of that, at the end of the first half, Tom, had, 3 or 4 sacks right in a row. And they figured something out. And one of the things that they did was they were able to contain Murray, not let him get outside, especially to his right. And when they did, he had to stop and come to center. And Holliston had those defensive linemen and linebackers in great position to make the tackle. And they're doing it tonight really without a lot of blitzing. It's that front seven. You saw one of the things they talk about a lot in the Super Bowl was that it was that front seven of Tampa Bay that really controlled the game. They didn't have to do a lot of blitzing.
Line drive kicked by Cotting.
Whoa.
Number 14 circles back, but he
Del Ponte
changed his mind and made the tackle.
See what Chris Del Ponte did there is exactly what the coaches tell you to do. When you're coming down on a kickoff, you want to keep your lane. You know, a lot of times you get the thought you want to go and chase the ball. You can't. You want to keep your lane. And in that time, Chris Del Ponte did a nice job. He kept his lane, kept his spot there, and when the runner came back at him, he was right there to make the tackle. And that's the third or fourth good play he's made tonight.
For Christian Schneelock with that 45-yard score, that was his second touchdown of the season and the 9th of his Panther career.
So the one thing that you need when you get behind 2 or 3 possessions, a little bit, into the second half of the game, is you need the capability of passing the ball, and that tonight has been Medfield's forte.
Stanwood with three receivers to the left, hands off to Destin, and Destin is tackled by Nash and Timmy Aylward.
Timmy Aylward came up. He just played that run absolutely beautifully.
Tried to catch Holliston playing pass there on first down. Loss of 2. Second down and 12.
Tom, you're absolutely right. What they were trying to do is they said, okay, they're gonna come after us because they just sacked us 3 or 4 times. They're gonna play pass again, and they didn't that time.
Right. The half ended on 3 consecutive sacks. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Murray scrambles right.
Yeah, it's coming back no matter what happens. This
fires
is coming back.
It low.
Flag down in the offensive backfield.
That's what. Saw a signal from Carter Capello. He said it was against.
Yeah, it
Medfield.
is holding against Medfield. This is really cool. Some of the mothers down there are yelling at the coaching staff and telling them what to do. Back it up, they said. Back it up. Really cool.
Well,
it's nice to see the mothers come out today.
They've been out in a lot of cold weather for 4 years. They deserve to make a few calls.
Absolutely. It's great, especially when they make the correct call. 9:46 left to go in the half. Third quarter, I'm sorry.
2nd and 22 for the Warriors. Murray on the draw, tries to find some room in the middle. Holliston pushes him out of bounds. Teddy Radcliffe got the last push there.
Now Holliston did a nice job coming off that left defensive side of the ball. I didn't see who it was. Might have been Baddock, maybe. I didn't see who it was, but he came off that right defensive side of the ball really quickly, really well, and there was no way Murray was going to go there. But I think Murray was running that quarterback draw on his own right from the get-go.
3rd and 17.
So this is one of those points in the game where if Holliston can stop him here and get the ball back with a short field, it's going to get tough for Medfield. They really need a first down here.
Murray runs right, looks downfield, fires. Schneelock there.
That was smart to throw that out of bounds, because if that ball was not thrown out of bounds, there was nobody there but Christian Schneelock. 9:25 left, and Medfield's going to come out, and they're going to have to punt this ball. And I'm sure Holliston's going to play the fake, although I don't really imagine there's going to be a fake punt here.
Not from this distance, no.
Not this position on the field. Schneelock back deep.
Murray's kick is away. Bounces at midfield. Takes a Warrior bounce. It's going to come to a stop right at the 40-yard line.
That's a nice snap. That long snapper has to snap the ball in that position over those three
Well, they
offensive
like
backs'
open a
head.
door. They
Yeah,
like
yeah.
There's a little barn door there that closes.
And he had to put the ball right over their heads. He did a nice job of that.
I was a long snapper as a freshman.
You were.
You didn't know that, but
Well,
another one of my specialties.
yeah. Well,
But I don't think I would have want to snap through a barn door.
No.
Too many obstacles.
You know, it's funny, the game of football today with all these quarterbacks staying back in the shotgun is that a lot of people just overlook how great a job all these centers do. You know, that's something, play after play after play, you're going to do that, unless, of course, you're running the war.
And Holliston does line up for war.
Double
Schneelock
reverse.
on the double reverse to Benson. Benson to the outside, dances. He's got a first down. And close to the 40-yard line. So Tristan Benson with that run, I'm going to take historian Ken Dunn's information and calculate he's just joined the 3,000-yard career yard club.
That is incredible job.
Only 4 of their members have 300 yards rushing for the Panthers. We'll get to that in just a minute. 1st and 10. Stanwood on the turnaround. And he's tackled at the 35.
The reason Stanwood was able to do that was because he made a great fake to Christian Schneelock, and Schneelock carried it out very, very well. It brought that defense out a little bit and did an opening there and allowed Ryan Stanwood to pick up about 7 yards.
2nd and 3. Stanwood again on the turnaround. Follows number 55, Zach Athy. Right up for another Panther first down and more.
Ryan Stanwood is starting to see that goal line. and Ryan Stanwood wants to cross it on his own.
I love seeing his back on number 55, Zach Athy. Just, I'm going to follow that truck.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him. This offensive line now is just doing a beautiful job of blocking.
1st and 10 at the 21. Inside handoff to Athy. He gets tripped up around the knees, falls forward for a couple.
Again, they're carrying out the fakes very nice. That time the fake was to Tristan Benson. I think Coach Kiley wants all his seniors to get a shot at scoring a touchdown here tonight. And the way it's going, it might happen.
Benson on the end around, cuts it back, first down, flag flies.
Yeah, that's in a position where a lot of times you see a block in the back. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but a lot of
That's
times
coming back.
A lot of times when you see your running back kind of cut, we talk about this so many times in the past that, you know, when you get a guy who can cut that quickly, sometimes the blocker is in the wrong position. The defender turns his back and it's a block in the back.
Yeah, you really got to be careful of that downfield blocking.
.7:14 left to go in the third quarter. Holliston up 21-7 and marching again. Want to give a little shout out to Cecil Wright up there in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah,
old Cecil. He wasn't in the 3,000
He's in the Halifax
Club.
Hall of Fame for broadcasting.
He wasn't in the 3,000 yard club, but he prevented a lot of 3,000 yard runners.
2nd and 15, handoff to Schneelock, finds his way down the line, but can't find a hole to thread that needle.
Well, that was a nice job by Dimitri Tasiopoulos, I believe.
I'll
Is how you
trust
say
you.
his name. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name, Dimitri, but whatever your last name is, you did a heck of a job on that play.
3rd down and 13 for Holliston. And we're going to get a timeout with 6:34 left in the 3rd quarter, 21-7 Panthers. So 3rd and 13, spread formation, empty backfield for TJ Kiley. Kiley takes the snap, throws back left to Kevin Lyons, number 4.
I got to see
He picks up a couple of yards.
I got to see that number. There's a great block there. I can't get 70. 70. That's who it was. What a
That's
great
Robert
block.
Payne.
Robert Payne. And you talk about a lineman's name, Robert Payne. That's all he does is inflict it.
That's his middle name.
And he did a really, really nice job there.
Clock running with 5:51 to go. 4th and 11. So big time for Medfield to come up with a stop and turn the momentum the Panthers have coming out of the locker room in the second half. Benson to Kiley's right. Kiley straight drop. Throws it deep for the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Schneelock.
That was a heck of a throw. He threw that ball from the 30-yard line all the way across the field. That's a really nice throw by TJ Kiley.
But the Panthers will turn it over on downs, and Medfield will take over at the 23. Still plenty of time to go in this game. Holliston sort of came out of the locker room with a burst. Benson with the long run, and then a nice little drive there that ended up stalling out.
Yeah, they came out on fire, and they had those 3 quick plays with the Teddy Ratcliffe plays and then the touchdown of Benson.
Now Murray's under center, 2 backs behind him. Handoff to number 3, Wilder.
Wilder went over there and
Wilder with a gain of 7.
Went over there, said hello to Kevin Balowitz, I believe. Is he down there on the bench? Looks like he is, yeah.
Kevin Balowitz, what a story. We saw it in the
incredible.
paper. We saw the buses that pulled up in front of his house and gave him the Ashland game ball.
His dad was up today talking about all he had to go through. Oh, this is interesting. Did they move? I know it looked like Holliston first went across the line, but they didn't call that.
Well, let's see what the call is. I don't think you can cross the line of scrimmage to make the offensive lineman flinch.
It looked like maybe some kind of almost a delayed call because Holliston did go across the line, and then they got back, and then it was like a couple seconds before the whistle blew and the flag came out. But either way, Holliston gives Medfield a first down.
At the 34. Got 3 running backs behind Murray as he's under center, double tight end. Hand off to Wilder. He spins away from a tackle, and he turns nothing into a 10-yard gain.
Well, you mentioned Wilder at the top of the game here, Tom, and he's got some incredible receiving statistics. So you know he's a player. You know he's a guy they can count on.
But against Westwood, he flipped the script, and he ran 14 times for 102 yards and a touchdown against Westwood.
So they're getting him a little bit more involved right now.
Hand off to the fullback, number 14. He busts the line, spins away from a couple of Panther hits, all the way out to the 35 of Holliston. So
Well,
Medfield comes back with a little running of their own.
Yeah, they've been throwing the ball for the most part all night long.
Almost exclusively.
And fairly well, to be honest with you. And here they are running the ball. And you got to do that. You really have to show some balance. You can't let that defense just turn you into a one type of offense. Fumble.
Picked up by Holliston. Being returned. Number 11, Christian Sneelock. Touchdown. Panthers.
Absolutely amazing. He is just an amazing, amazing player. I'm not sure if he's going to go to the next level, but if he is, some coach is going to be very, very happy with him.
A 62-yard fumble return by Christian Sneelock.
And he picked that up in a group of players. It wasn't like he was all by himself out there. He picked up in a group of players and was able to just take it. Once he got in the lead, there was no one going to catch him. 27-7 Holliston, lined up for the extra point.
Cotting's kick is good.
It's a flag on
no
the field.
Good. Went to the side.
Flag. Looks like the flag is against Medfield.
So we get another try.
Oh, it looks like they might be taking the penalty and maybe trying to run the ball. Interesting.
Well, they do move it half the distance, so it's 1.5 yards away from the goal line.
You know what they say about never taking points off the board? Well,
you didn't. You still missed the kick, so.
Oh, he missed that.
He missed it.
Oh,
I
I'm
called
sorry.
it good, but he actually missed it.
Oh, okay. Then this makes sense. I trusted you.
Well, you know that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, Animal House will treat you that way. Tell you that. Here's the flip.
He's in.
To number 3, Teddy Radcliffe, and 2 points are on the board for Holliston. It's now 29-7.
Two more seniors.
Panthers
score.
over Medfield.
Two more seniors score on senior night. 3:57 left to go in the third quarter. 29-7 Holliston.
Christian Sneelock with his 3rd touchdown of the season, and then the 10th of his Panther career. And we had talked to the first game against Hopkinton that last year he had scored 7 touchdowns, 2 pick sixes, a kickoff return, 2 kickoff returns, a punt return, a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown. Now he's got a fumble touchdown to add to his collection.
He just does it all. He's just
that's a lot of variety out of 10 career touchdowns.
And he knows, Tom, defensively. He just knows where the ball is all the time, and he knows how to play it right. It's the only word I can really think of is instinctive. He's very instinctive in the way that he plays defense.
Cotting's kick is a line drive taken on a bounce. Number 14 blasts up across the 40-yard line. Who was that? I didn't give him credit last time. Max Gobin.
Max Gobin is a good little runner. Max Gobin just puts his head down and he goes.
Well, he had that fullback
yeah.
run for about 15 yards.
So here's Holliston now back on defense again.
Medfield had such momentum going, really catching the Panthers back on their heels with that running game. That full house backfield. Leonard was elusive, and Gobin blasted right up the middle. And just a bad exchange in the backfield.
And now the only way to get back in this thing is 29-7 is you're forcing Medfield into being one-dimensional and throwing the ball.
Well, I think it's still early enough in the game they could drive the ball. Let's see. Here they pitch to Leonard, bounces it back, reverses field. He's going to go all the way back to the right. And he went about 70 yards for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. He is very elusive, very fast.
Tom, I looking at that offensive backfield, it looks like they're running a wishbone offense.
Yeah, we can't see the spacing all the way, but
See that?
the backs are split.
That looks like almost like a wishbone offense.
It is, yeah. Murray to Gobin.
Yeah.
This time he blasts forward for a couple of yards. 3rd and 5.
Athy and Carter Capello there on that stop.
Murray to Leonard.
Bye-bye.
And Leonard tackled by Stanwood and Gentile. Loss of 5 on the play.
They're getting out. I talked about this a lot in the first half, and that's exactly what Holliston's doing now. Is they're getting out and they're containing, and when they're containing, I'm not sure that Medfield has really the kind of speed, or at least most of those players don't have the kind of speed to get to the outside when they're being contained like that. And Holliston's been able to come up and make the play. Joey Gentile's playing a nice game, the sophomore, number 17 for Holliston.
So 4th and 9, Murray drops back to punt.
Oh, nice punt.
Schneelock back to receive the punt. He's going to stay away from that bouncing ball. It rolls down and comes to a stop at the 17.
You know, you look at a return guy like Schneelock and how good he is and everything, and you wonder when he sees the ball go up there, he knows he should probably stay away, but boy, he must be saying, oh, just once.
He looks at it, I want it, then he looks at Coach Perry, says, I better stay away.
Yeah.
I'm going to run laps for that one. Hey, it's a senior year though, right?
It really is, and he's putting on display tonight. All these seniors have been doing that. 1:28 left to go in the third, 29-7, Holliston up. And they got the ball at their, right on the 20?
It's a 17.
17. Big offensive line gets out there, getting ready to do a little damage. Medfield's got some size too. They got some pretty big boys out there.
Stanwood under center. Benson in motion. Schneelock with the ball. Works his way into the backfield. One Pearson to beat. Wilder makes a move at the 50. And Wilder and him sort of face off before Christian Schneelock returns it all the way to the 40. Inside the 40 to the 37.
Well, in a great run like that, you don't often hear the term great defense, but Wilder did do a really good job there because Schneelock is a really tough customer when he's in the open field. Of course, Wilder has a little bit of speed on his own, too. So
that was a 46-yard run by Schneelock. And that was similar to his touchdown run. He really just threaded his way through the defense. He's not going anywhere this time.
Well,
that wasn't Schneelock. That was number Danny Nash, number 5.
Danny Nash ended up picking up just a little bit more than 2 yards on that play where he was really hit behind the line and should have been thrown for a loss. Looks like they're going to let the clock run down.
We got a player down. So the clock is stopped. Hand off to Nash. Nash hits it. Yeah. Cuts it back inside and wrestles a couple of players down. He's not done yet. And the Panthers push him in for a touchdown. 37-yard Danny Nash run.
Well, when you say Nash is the last name in this town, you know that they are fast. really good athletes. And he took that ball, and he got down in there and just a little bit shy of it. And here comes the rest of the cavalry there, those big dogs up front. They were able to push it and get it into for a touchdown.
Well, kudos to those big dogs for getting downfield.
Right.
They made it happen, that touchdown.
Six seconds left in the third quarter. 35-7. Carding lines up for the extra point.
Kick is up. And no good.
No good. Well, I got to tell you, Tom, in all honesty, I see why you said it was good last time, because that looked good to me. I don't know what, obviously it wasn't, but. So 35-7, Holliston in the lead with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Danny Nash with his first touchdown as a Panther, but joining a Nash family of brothers that's been in the end zone a few times before.
Well, they know how to get there, and they know how to get there in a hurry. Danny's 11th grade. You know, we've done, had the opportunities to do quite a few of the freshmen in JV games, and I got to tell you, the coaching staff here in Holliston is going to be pretty happy with the kids that are down there in the lower levels. They call the sub-varsity, I guess, and they've got some players down there, and they've got some kids who over the next 2 or 3 years are going to be doing some nice things at this level.
Cotting's kick, another line drive, takes on a bounce. Destin stops and tries to makes a cut around the 30.
And right on cue.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Panthers lead the Warriors 35-7. Well, Holliston has come back with 35 unanswered points, just like a house of fire in this second half, coming out of the locker room and taking the open kickoff. Murray over center, hands off to Gobin. He's got quite an engine. Picks up 5. Number 4, Kevin Lyons stopped him.
Kevin Lyons, and we've talked about him so much as a player over the last 2 or 3 years, and he really is a solid backer for Holliston. Oh, what a great tackle. There you go, Kevin Lyons.
Coming up to snuff out Destin.
What a great tackle. He just came right in nice form tackle. And I can't believe they're not throwing the ball here.
Well, they'd had recent success running the ball so well. Maybe they want to trade helmet paint for a little bit. Hand off to Leonard. And he is snuffed out. After a gain of 2, be 4th and 7.
I mean, one thing it's done is sped this game up a little bit. 10-16 left to go in the ball game. Timmy Howard's been getting in on these punt returns. Oh, what's this?
We got a procedure penalty against Holliston. Looks like they got too many players out there.
That's gonna
make it 4th and 2.
Short, yeah. If I'm Medfield, I don't kick this ball. I go for this right here.
Oh, it's actually 4th and 1. It's really close.
There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people coming in, a lot of people going out.
Holliston trying to get their defense back out there. Gobin straight ahead.
Oh, he didn't get it. He did not get it.
That was.
I didn't see him cross that line. If he didn't, that's a first down Holliston.
Looked like Holliston blew up
he didn't cross. He didn't cross. He had to cross the line, and he didn't cross it. So that's going to be a Holliston ball.
Oh,
what? You could see right. You could see them.
You said you're 70 and you don't have good eyesight.
I know, but the first down marker was on the other side of the 40-yard line. That ball isn't even on the 40. Wow.
Well, I think
Okay, whatever.
1st and 10. On the ball's on the 40-yard line. Murray hands off to Destin, but he is caught from behind. Number 56, Carter Capello.
Yeah, Teddy Ratcliffe on that one too. Boy, these seniors, well, I keep mentioning these senior names in the offense and the defense. They're doing a heck of a job on senior night. They came out here to play. Clock runs, 8:20 left to go in the fourth.
Nick Cotting checks in on defense. Leonard on the wing. Wing bone. Fake the jet play. Try Gobin up the middle. He's stopped for no gain. Nick Cotting on the tackle. Jack Littlejohn checks in.
Well, 3rd down and 10. And Medfield continues to run the ball. I'm guessing at some point in time they're going to put it up, but
and we got a timeout on the field on Medfield.
7:15 left to go in this ball game.
3rd down and 10. Handoff to Leonard, left side. Tackled after a gain of 4.
You know what I'm wondering, and you really hate to say this, or I'm wondering if for some reason Murray can't throw. It doesn't make sense. You know, you watch him out there, and I don't know. Maybe he got hit hard one time or something. You know, you hate to try and make it seem like somebody's hurt or something. But it's just really strange that they went from him passing, and very, very impressive. But
well, they have gone to war with Holliston. They put it all on the line tonight.
it's, you know, Murray.
They're going to have it looks like they're going to have a water break timeout with 6:21 to go in the 4th quarter. High snap, Murray corrals it, gets a punt off that takes a Warrior bounce. It's going to be downed at the 36-yard line with 6:11 to go in the game.
So now Holliston will just run that ball, try and get a few first downs, work that clock. Try and shorten this ball game a little bit. What a nice game for these seniors. It's really a nice way to go. And I'm so happy these kids got to play football. You know, with all the stuff going on and the stuff that they've had happen to them this year, where they had the 10 days they couldn't practice because of a COVID situation somewhere, whatever happened. And then, of course, Kevin Balowitz in that terrible, terrible injury that thank God he's able to hopefully recover from it and play some golf with his dad out at Pebble Beach. But, other than that, it's just been a really good season for these kids, and I'm really happy they got to play it.
Yeah, they worked so hard for so long. You know that the junior class, as soon as the last game is played, they start
Sure.
working towards
In
the
December.
season.
Yep.
And so they worked out for a full 14 months before they were able to get on the field again.
And in the beginning, when that season ended back in 2019, and like you said, December, these kids are in the weight room and this and that. Then all of a sudden, boom, everything just shuts down. You couldn't get into school. They couldn't use the weight rooms. They're doing a lot of the stuff on their own. They couldn't get with the coaches. And Holliston, their strength has always been the preparation and what they do during the off season before the games. We come out here and we see this. We see the result of it. We watch these kids play, and they're so successful year after year after. Well, that's because of all the work they put in during the year, and they weren't able to do that with their coaching staff this year.
Kylie hands off to Radcliffe on the jet play, and he's got one man to beat. Pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. What a run by Teddy Radcliffe.
I'm giving Teddy Radcliffe 15 of those yards, and I'm giving Zach Athy the other 10 or 20 of those yards. He came out. He had two guys to block. He blocked one totally out, and he got in the way of the other one so that Teddy could turn the corner. And this is coming back for some reason. Oh, that's too bad. That was a great job of blocking by Zeus, Zach Athy.
Got these stats from third quarter stats from Ken Dunn. Both Sneelock and Benson with 100-yard gains. And Dover Sherburne beat Midway 17-0.
Wow.
Live scores here in the Tri-Valley League. Kylie to Radcliffe, screenplay.
Oh, he's so tough. Teddy Radcliffe. In fact, I believe his brother, Sudden Sam, was here tonight, wasn't he?
Yes.
Sudden Sam Radcliffe came out to honor his brother on senior night with his mom and dad.
He's playing football or down in Hamilton?
Hamilton, I believe, yeah.
2nd and 3.
John Radcliffe did a nice job last year filling in for us in basketball.
Kylie to Radcliffe. He's going to be stopped short of the first down.
So 3rd and short. 5 minutes left to go in this game. Ordinarily, with the score not this big, this is an incredibly good passing down for Holliston. 3rd and short, you're probably gonna make the 4th down. You're up over the 40 for your own 45-yard line, so it's a 4-down territory, and this is any play in the book ordinarily. I don't know if he'll throw here or not.
3rd and 1 for Holliston. Kylie back, lets it go deep for Smith. And incomplete.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. If you got a play, you want to try, you want to open it up. It's a good time to do it because now it's 3rd and less than 1.
Well, no, it's 4th down.
4th and less than 1. But so now you have the opportunity to still get the first down.
See what the call is.
Well, the coaching staff down there giving him the play, and I'm betting that Tristan Benson is politicking to have his number called here.
Benson behind Kylie. Handoff to number 21. He dances across the 50. Another Panther first down.
Clock continues to roll. here in a second. It'll be 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. So, Tom, you talked about this. There is a possibility. We don't know whether it's going to happen or not for a sixth game.
When I read the preseason Herald article about the Tri-Valley League, it said 5 games scheduled with a 6th open date for either a makeup game or another opponent.
Another opponent. Oh, good.
I haven't heard about another opponent yet. And they haven't needed a makeup game, thank God.
No, and if they play next week and after that game, they may want to see Norwood again, maybe. Norwood has had so far a great season. They play Ashland tomorrow.
Kiley to Radcliffe. Cuts it back in. Picks up a couple of yards.
That's a nice play. Ordinarily what happens is the tendency would be to go to the left, to go to the outside.
Go to the outside, yeah.
He went right into the inside, was able to pick up some yardage. If he went to the outside, he wouldn't have got those yards.
What an amazing football family Teddy Radcliffe comes from.
Oh, his granddad, was, his grandfather and I, we get up there and
Kevin Lyons gets a congratulatory from the coaches as he comes out.
His grandfather, we get up there and we talk about he wouldn't want to talk football. He wanted to talk the Brooklyn Dodgers. There goes Cooper Olson.
And he's got a first down.
I'm telling you, we've seen him run in the JV games, and he's a runner. Now the coach is doing a nice job here, taking out all his...
Zach Athy, Teddy Radcliffe.
Yeah, he's taking out all his seniors so they can get an applause from the fans.
Patrick
here.
Griffin. He's just a junior.
Yeah. Ordinarily, there'd be about, a couple thousand people here probably for this. But, of course, now you can't do that. Robert Payne. That's my boy next year. I'm going to watch Robert
Grant
Payne.
Harper checking in, number 67.
Too much time, maybe?
One 1:17 left on the clock. Well, since he's recovering from an injury, the Greek, I have to point out that he was pretty accurate on his first time back.
The Greek is recovering from an
injury. The Greek picked 34-6, and it's now 35-7.
He's terrible. He doesn't even come close.
Couple of extra points.
It's ridiculous.
Try to sharpen your crystal ball a little bit.
I've had it with him.
But he always picks Basils.
Yeah. And so does Tom Emmons. That's E-M-M. Oh, it is. Well, we got a second here. It's also been it's been nice we've been able to bring all these games to everybody, the basketball, the football, the volleyball, and
Lisa,
everything.
what did you say? How many games this? 28 games.
Wow. It's the bad part about it is we have to do it, so that's the only way some of these other towns can watch the games. In fact, we want to thank the people from Medfield who are watching the games and hope you guys enjoyed it tonight and wish your team nothing but the best the rest of the way, especially your seniors. Is this the last play here?
Nice little gain for Cooper. Oh, 27.
So that'll do it.
Derek D'Angelo. And that'll do it. Your final score, 35-7. The Panthers over the Warriors.
Well, saw a good game tonight, and we'll see another one next Thursday, and then again next Saturday morning. We want to thank the lovely Lisa up here on the big camera, and Bruce Guilfoy on his magical computer.
Thank you to historian Ken Dunn for feeding us all the stats.
Thank you for Ken Dunn, and happy birthday, Ken. And we want to congratulate all the seniors here, the boys and the girls, and Hope you guys have a great rest of the year, and good luck next year in college. Other than that, from Committee and Field, Holliston 35, Medfield 7. We'll see you in a week. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Hello and welcome to Holliston Panther Football Senior Night. Getting ready for the opening ceremony. Still last-minute organizations. We're going to introduce the senior cheerleaders first. First senior is Captain Shelby Gimblett. Her parents, Mary and Peter. Here's Mary and Peter Gimblett and their family. Out to meet Shelby. Next up, Captain Anna Curran. Her parents, Sharon and John.
Our next senior is Sarah Dillon.
Next up, Sarah Dillon. Her parents, Heather and Bill. Next up, Senior Captain Jenny Kagan. Her parents, Deb and Stephen. Next up, Captain Carly DeRubis. Her parents, Michaela and Joe. And Sarah Pancheski, her parents Sue and Sandy. Congratulations to all the senior cheerleaders and their families. So senior members of the football team. First up, number 6, Adresa Smith, parents Scott and Rokhaya, brother Adara, grandmother Janice, and Aunt Darlene. Next up, number 56, Carter Capello. His parents are Jim and Jennifer, and the rest of the family. Next, number 53, Justin Baddock. His parents are Peter and Denise. Next up, number 9, Tim Aylward. He's meeting his mother, Kathy. Hope his grandpa's watching in Florida. He got some expert help from Lisa Hedrick of our staff. Next up, number 2, Ryan Stanwood. His parents are Scott and Carolyn, and his sister Kate. Next up, number 11, Christian Schneelock. His parents, Drew and Linda, brother Zach, and grandmother Ellie. Next up, number 8, Kevin Balowitz. His parents, Greg and Kelly, sister Kara, and grandmother Jane Austin. Next up, number 4, Captain Kevin Lyons. His mother Sheila, sisters Amanda and Megan, and grandmother Barbara. Next up, number 21, Captain Tristan Benson. His parents, Regan and Victor. Next up, number 3, Captain Teddy Radcliffe. His parents, John and Lonnie, sister Maddie, brother Sam, grandparents, Elaine, Jay, and Tom. Next up, number 55, Captain Zach Athy. His parents, Paul and Cynthia. Along with, looks like Nick, Max, and Sam. I knew I'd get it. It's not here on the list. And congratulations to all the senior football players and cheerleaders.